Welcome to the Zaleski Sports Show. I'm your host, Rachel Zaleski. Today we'll be talking about the end of football, the start of basketball, hockey, and wrestling, along with an update on the Wisconsin Badgers. Plus, Jason will break down the art of half-court shots. It's all yours, and it's all now. Turning now to our sports expert, Jason. Jason, go ahead and tell us about football.
Yeah, well, at the end of football, as it is known around here, high school football anyway. Don't fear college and NFL football fans. We still have some of that to go. High school football did end. We'll just quickly go through our champions now for this year. Division I, Kimberly won their 7th state championship, and they are at 70 consecutive wins on the year. So they get a chance now to extend that win streak into 2018. So
Papermakers.
Pretty crazy. Papermakers, yep. Waunakee won the gold ball. Javion Dane scored 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. The son of Badger great and legendary Ron Dane. So running back runs in the family. Rice Lake in Division III, Lodi Division IV, Amherst in Division V won their 3rd straight title, 4th in 5 years. They were at in the Final Four 6 straight times, and they look to be loaded again for next year. St. Mary Springs also with their 7th championship in Division VI, and Bangor, the Cardinals, wrap things up in Division VII. So high school football is done, but we've got a lot of high school sports to go yet, even now in 2017, as we have a month and a day left of the year, and it's going to be jam-packed full of basketball, hockey, wrestling, and whatever else we can get our hands on.
So, with every end, there is a new beginning. And many fall sports athletes will move to winter sports to join their new teams. So what should we expect with winter sports?
Well, like I was just saying, I think it's going to be a very exciting year locally. A lot of these teams are really good. Marshfield had one of the best wrestling seasons in the last 50 years just last year. Columbus Catholic basketball, good boys and girls. Girls are off to a nice start already. Boys will certainly do their thing. And then all over the area, Stratford, Spencer, Pittsville, Auburndale, you name it. We'll be talking to all those players and all those coaches throughout the season. It's going to be very exciting.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, okay, Jason, there's some talk that even though the Badgers football team is undefeated, that they may not play in the NCAA football playoffs. So is that right?
Yeah, well, no. It's not right, but there's a little bit of an explanation to it, so I'm glad that you asked. So, yeah, the Badgers are undefeated this year in football. Now, some say, well, their strength of schedule is not that good, or this happened or that happened. Here's what's going to happen. It's all going to be decided on the football field, all right? Yeah, they're technically on the outside looking in as of right now, this very moment. Some teams ahead of them did lose. Alabama lost. And Miami lost. Miami went up to Pittsburgh and got beat by the unranked Pitt team. So some of those teams are going to fall, but that all doesn't matter because the Big Ten championship game is this Saturday. For the Badgers, it's very simple. They beat Ohio State, they're in the playoffs. If they don't beat Ohio State, they're not in the playoffs, and they'll probably be playing somewhere down in Florida in late December. So it's just that easy. And right now, so I heard a lot of people Saturday night talk about after the Badgers won, after they beat Minnesota for the 14th straight time, 31-0. And then some of the people on TV, I guess kind of like us, but different ones, were saying, well, but the Badgers still are going to be ranked 5th. You need to be in the top 4 for the playoffs. It doesn't matter. I told all those folks that were watching that TV program, it doesn't matter. If the Badgers lose, they're out. If they win, they're in. Where they are right now, a week ahead of time, has nothing to do with it. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun Saturday. Championships all over the country, and the Badgers and the Buckeyes will go head-to-head to decide the Big Ten.
Just speaking of Minnesota quickly, I did read somewhere.
It will be quick.
That the last time that Minnesota won was well before the Twitter was invented.
Yeah, no doubt. It may have been before the internet was invented.
Oh, Jason, you're funny. So, Jason, please get us caught up on the NFL.
Yeah, okay. Well, we go to our now nearly worldwide famous standings here, our magnetic board. Again, this has been, every season's interesting. This, though, has been interesting in its own way, where after about week 3 or 4, all the teams in first place have kind of stuck. And there really haven't been any changes as I went through. The Titans did go to first place temporarily. We'll see, though. Jacksonville got beat down in Arizona. Jacksonville's a strange team. They scored nearly as many points on defense as they do offense, and that's not an exaggeration. That's an actual fact. So they're an interesting team. Titans are interesting, too. Their enemy is actually the scoreboard. They don't like scoring a lot of points, and that can get them in trouble. We'll see, though, what happens. They're in first place for now. And the NFC, Eagles, Vikings, Saints, Rams, that's been that way for a long, long time. Of course, the Browns are still winless, so they're out of here again. 49ers, I don't know. Jimmy Garoppolo, I guess, scored a touchdown. The 49ers are still bad. And then the Giants. The Giants have been bad pretty much all year, so we're kicking our third team off the board this week. And that's it. I don't know. A few weeks here to decide some things for playoffs. A lot of teams, I think, already have their playoff positions kind of etched. The Eagles and Patriots are likely in for sure, although there won't be any official. There's some math to work out there, but there's some wild card jockeying, and that'll be kind of fun to watch. NFL.
What's wild card jockeying?
And we'll talk about that next week.
Okay. So it's not quite 100% basketball season yet. There's plenty of time to get ready for buzzer beaters and half-court shots. So, Jason, you recently witnessed a half-court shot at a game that you attended. And then let's go ahead and take a look at that, and then we'll kind of discuss what went wrong.
Okay.
Gift certificate to the equipment store. All right, Terrence, here we go.
Okay, Rachel. So, yeah, that was a half-court shot. Give him that. It was more, though, of a 20-foot shot, and he was miserably short on it. So he had nice form. This is our Sports 101 on half-court shots, which is not really something people should practice. But as we saw this guy, he was in a contest. He had a chance to win, I don't know, maybe $1 million or something.
Most likely not.
And, he had nice form. He had nice lift-off. But again, the ball made it about halfway to its target. So
it looks better than what I could do.
It turns out that I've been known to hit a half-court shot here and there. So I will now show people how to make a half-court shot.
Yeah.
So the basics of a half-court shot. You want to have a nice running start at it, get that momentum going forward, and then you have that nice follow-through. So it's similar to a layup, and then you want to have a nice gliding start towards the basket, and with enough momentum that you don't need to put a lot of power into the shot. The half-court shot, to me, more of a finesse shot. So, half-court shot.
Whoa!
Whoa!
So good, so good. Fresh it out.
Yeah, all right. Well, it was a lot of fun doing it, and again, a half-court shot, probably not something you should have in your arsenal, but we will see a lot of those during the basketball season, and we'll make sure to highlight each and every one this year.
Well, Speaking of highlights, my fantasy football team, which is Shake and Bake, is tied for first place in my division, 8-4, with another small team that's also tied in first place with, they call themselves a team with no name. Is that correct?
A team has no name.
A team that has no name.
Yeah.
Which, again, we'll have to have that person on the show to explain to us what that team name means.
Well, all division champions get to be on the show. So.
Well, I guess my seat's nice and warmed up for me.
That'll happen. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll go through the standings then, Rachel. We'll just go through standings of things that matter, okay?
Sure.
So Team Megahertz over in the East is 9-3. First Your Last is 6-6. Those two teams are in the playoffs.
Okay.
In the West, things are a little more tricky, right? Made Me Drew is at 7-5, and you mentioned a team has no name, and Shake and Bake are both at 8-4. And as your luck would have it, some of these teams are going to play this week, I think. I mean, everybody's playing. But First Your Last plays Team Joe Buck Sucks, and then a Shake and Bake and a Team Has No Name play each other. So the two teams tied for first at 8-4 in the West are going to play each other, and that could be interesting. Could have a loser of that game not make the playoffs at all due to tiebreakers. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
I've got strategy, though, so it's going to work out for me. So thank you everyone for watching. This is the Zaleski Sports Show. You can find us on Facebook at Zaleski Sports Show and on Twitter at Zaleski Sports. I'm Rachel. This is Jason. Have a great week.
Those are both good strategies. Go Sports.
This is supposed to be the wide angle too, just so you know.
You can't stop a countdown.
Steven, you got to stand by the camera. I'm supposed to look at it. Oh, let's start that over.
Cut!
I was in the wrong spot.
Where are you supposed to be now?